When the world was at war, America answered with an arsenal that changed history.
From frozen forests in Europe to the burning jungles of the Pacific, American soldiers carried an arsenal unlike anything the world had seen before. These weapons didn't just fight battles, they changed how wars were fought. From rifles and machine guns to flamethrowers and bazookas, this is the story of the United States World War II arsenal and the weapons that helped shape history. At the heart of American infantry power stood the M1 Garand. General George S. Patton famously called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. Unlike bolt-action rifles used by most armies, the Garand was semi-automatic, firing 8 powerful .30-06 rounds as fast as a soldier could pull the trigger. Supporting troops carried the M1 Carbine, lighter, shorter, and easier to handle. Though less powerful, it became one of the most widely produced firearms of the war. For airborne forces, the M101 paratrooper carbine featured a folding stock, allowing soldiers to jump directly into combat with their weapon secured. Older rifles still served. The M1903A3 Springfield, a bolt-action holdover from World War I, remained accurate and reliable, later adapted for grenade launching. Snipers relied on the M1903A4 Springfield, fitted with a scope to deliver precision fire across long distances. The rugged M1917 Enfield, though often forgotten, armed training units and allied forces in massive numbers. And finally, the unusual M1941 Johnson rifle arrival to the Garand saw limited but effective use, especially by U.S. Marines in the Pacific. When the fighting moved up close, submachine guns ruled. The Thompson M101, simplified for mass production, fired heavy .45 caliber rounds that were devastating in urban and jungle combat, though its weight was a constant complaint. The earlier Thompson M192801, with its iconic design, was beautifully made but expensive. To cut costs, the U.S. introduced the M3 grease gun, cheap, slow firing, and ugly, but effective and easy to manufacture. The Marines also fielded the M50 Rising, accurate but notoriously unreliable in harsh environments. The legendary M191101 pistol became the standard U.S. sidearm, firing a .45 caliber round. It delivered unmatched stopping power and legendary reliability. The Smith & Wesson Victory model revolver armed aircrews, sailors, and guards in huge numbers. For silent operations, the OSS used the high-standard HEDM suppressed pistol, capable of eliminating targets almost silently. And for resistance fighters, the U.S. dropped millions of FP-45 Liberator pistols behind enemy lines, crude weapons designed to steal better ones from the enemy. Squad-level firepower came from the Browning automatic rifle, or bar bridging the gap between rifle and machine gun. The M1919 Browning provided sustained fire support, while the modified M1919A6 attempted to make it portable. For defensive positions, the M1917 water-cooled machine gun could fire almost endlessly, and towering above them all was the M250 caliber machine gun, capable of destroying vehicles, aircraft, and fortifications, a weapon still in service today. In close combat, shotguns were unmatched. The Winchester Model T97 trench gun, capable of slam firing, earned a terrifying reputation. The Winchester Model 12, Ithaca 37, and Stevens 520 all proved deadly in jungle and urban fighting, especially in the Pacific theater. The M101 Bazooka revolutionized infantry warfare, allowing soldiers to fight tanks head-on. The M18 recoilless rifle delivered artillery-level firepower without recoil. Crew-served weapons like the 57mm anti-tank gun and the outdated 37mm pop gun still found use, especially against bunkers. Rifle grenades allowed ordinary infantry to deliver explosive fire beyond throwing distance. The Mk2 pineapple grenade became iconic. White phosphorus grenades created smoke and fire that forced enemies from cover. Anti-tank mines, Bangalore torpedoes, and TNT satchel charges destroyed obstacles, wire, and bunkers during assaults like D-Day. As bayonet combat declined, knives took their place. The M3 combat knife, the legendary Carbine, and brutal trench knives became essential tools for survival and close combat. The 60mm and 81mm mortars provided mobile artillery support. And finally, the most feared weapon in the Pacific, the M2 Flamethrower. Used to clear caves and bunkers, it forced enemies to surrender or be consumed by fire. These weapons were more than metal and fire. They were tools of survival, symbols of innovation, and instruments that helped shape the modern battlefield. This was America's World War II arsenal and the weapons that made history.